Hi guys, I'm Woodcraft Hamster and I thought I'd do another quick video for you today on my folding firebox. Now this video is going to be about alternative fuels. The reason being is some of the places I go out to, whether it's for camping or just to wander during the day, you're not supposed to have open fires, and I know, wood inside this is not actually an open fire, but it does give off a lot of smoke and there's a very distinctive smell. So today I'm going to be testing out these. Now these are fire logs. They are made of generally like a compressed sawdust type material, really tightly compacted. These are supposed to burn for about an hour, and I use these outdoors sometime in my little sort of outdoor heater stove thing. And basically I want to chop a piece of this off, probably, I don't know, maybe a fifth of it. That should give me enough burn time, I think. I'm just going to brew some coffee, I'm going to make myself some lunch, and the reason I'm doing it here today in my workshop is twofold. Firstly, I was supposed to go out for a wander in the woods this morning, and unfortunately plans changed at the last minute, so I decided I can at least do something today out here. And secondly, I don't know if this is going to work, and I'd rather find out that it doesn't work here in my workshop doing a bit of a test, rather than getting outdoors and finding out I've got no way to cook. So that's my plan. Let me bring the camera a little bit closer in and I'll show you what it is I've got set up. Right then guys, so I have broken this up. It doesn't seem to like being cut, so I've had to sort of break it into pieces, and I've already got quite a few of the larger bits of this already in the stove. I've got the little grate about halfway up to hold it. I've got my boiler plate in and a couple of the fire sticks just to hold my cup. And I'm cheating a bit today because I'm going to use a lighter. I don't know if this stuff will light very easily. It may well do because it is designed to go fairly quick. Not liking it too much. Hang on, bear with me. That seems to be a bit better. It's a little bit windy out here today, but I can always use a fire starter for these when I'm out in the field. Just want to get that inside and set all the rest of these off. Right. So it's a little bit on the smoky side, a little bit more than I was hoping, but that might burn off. And while that's all starting to go, I'm just going to pop my cup on here just so I can start boiling. There's about 500 ml worth of water in there. And while I'm doing that, I figured I would show you what I'm planning on having for my lunch. And this is one of my kind of favourites for the outdoors. It's fairly simple and easy. What I've got here are some potatoes. I've cheated and I've parboiled them at home just because it was easier, but you can do this in the field. I can do it in this pot. Maybe once I've had my coffee, just top it back up again. And all I'm going to do is take these, tip them all out, and I'm just going to slice them up into little pieces. So that's the potato, and we've got everybody's outdoor favourite. Now if you don't like Spam, there's something wrong with you. It is one of my favourite things for camping and outdoors. These are the weird new little containers they come in, little plastic sealable pots. And I'll probably try, say, half of this for the time being. Oh, maybe the whole lot, bear with me. And again, I'm just going to chop this up. So there you go guys, that is my lunch prepared. I'm going to grill this or fry this first, then I'll add these with a little bit of butter, which I've just got in a bit of a greaseproof package here. I'm going to let this burn for a little while just so I can get the water boiling, and I'll come back when we're ready to start cooking. So just as a quick update guys, we're on a little bit of a simmer at the moment. It's probably been about 5 minutes, but you can see the amount of flame coming out of this. Now yes, it's going to be very sooty just because of the type of fuel, but no more really than sort of normal wood, so I'm not too worried about that. And as soon as this finishes boil, I'll get my coffee made and we'll start cooking. Right then guys, so the water's boiled and I'm just going to pop my pan on the top here. If you don't have one of these little clips here, I suggest getting one. They are really, really good. They cost pennies online. And you know, they've got a real high heat on this. I mean, that's always your issue when you're cooking over wood or something similar. There's a lot of wind out today as well, guys. I may actually close the workshop door entirely. I just didn't want it to be too dark for you. So, you know, I've got a boil on with my coffee. I've boiled my water. It took about 8 minutes in the end. I'm just letting that rest for the time being. And there's still plenty of fuel here to cook my lunch. I'm just going to add some of these potatoes. Probably a few too many, but never mind. See how we're going. And do you know what? Still quite a bit of that fuel left. Ideally, I'd rather cook this over embers, but you know, beggars can't be choosers sometimes. And I'm just going to take a little bit inside here. It's a little greaseproof paper parcel that I put together, and I've got some butter. That's how I like to carry it. I'm only going to need half of this, I think, just to help fry off those potatoes. And as I said before, this little clip, you know, you can get like, you know, £1 online or from most camping stores, and it just transforms my little titanium plate into a frying pan, which I find really, really useful. That butter just helps the potatoes fry off a little bit. And stops things sticking quite so much. You need to be careful of butter on the flames, it does have a flash point. But you know, you can just take a little bit of care with that, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So I would say that's about done, guys. Let me give you a quick close-up. This is something I often eat when I'm out on the trail. It's simple, it's easy to make, it doesn't generate too much mess, there's not loads of water and things involved. And for me, you know, a lot of the places I go to don't have a water source, or at least a clean water source that I can use easily. So I will have to bring in all my water with me, so I want to minimise the amount I need to carry. So there you go, guys. I got about 20 minutes burn out of, I don't know, call it a fifth of that log, maybe a sixth, so quite a small amount. Those logs cost about £2.50 each last time I bought one, so they're really cheap, and I will get 5, maybe 6 fires out of that. It burnt long enough for me to boil water for my coffee, to cook one of my favourite camping meals, and as I say, get my coffee out of it as well. You know, it does burn quite hot. There was a lot of flame. Let me bring this a bit closer. There's a lot of soot as well. You know, you get that with wood fires as well. Maybe not quite as badly as this, but certainly not enough difference to make it noticeable. You know, you can put a bit of washing up liquid on your cooking utensils on the bottom sides to help wipe that off later. I tend not to bother. You can give it a quick wipe with a rag while you're out, and then clean it properly when you get home. As long as you've got a container like a plastic bag or something to put it in before it goes back in your pack, it's not really a problem. So that was it for today, guys. I hope it was useful. I hope it's given you something to think about. As I say, this is one of my favourite camping meals. Be really interested to know in the comments what yours are. I like this kind of thing just because it's simple and it's easy. I only need the one pan for it. You know, I used to carry around a billy can and a proper cooking pot and a frying pan. And don't get me wrong, you can make more elaborate meals like that if you do, but I tend to want to keep it simple these days. I like to carry just the one thing. I've got my little pan that I can cook and then eat out of. I've got my little pot for boiling water, or if I want to boil up something else like maybe the potatoes or some noodles or some soup or what have you. And that's about it. So I hope it was useful, guys. Comments and questions in the box below. Hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you'll all join me next time. Cheers, guys.